Heat race number 1 for the Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman on track, and going to be led by Haily Brownell in the 747 out of Fine, New York, alongside in car number 33B, that is Brianna Murtaugh. Row number 2, Camdin Cook in the number 14 out of Evans Mills, along with Genevieve Bartlett from Watertown in the 11. Final row, it's Eymarah Brown out of Mexico in the number 5, and Tim Halsey in the 40X, also from Mexico, will complete the field. White flag will be displayed this time by green next trip around. Am Speedway Pace Truck, provided by Bob Johnson Auto Group, leading the field around. Here are the good folks at Sundance Leisure. Reminder to stop into Sundance Leisure and browse the outdoor entertainment options. They've got full outdoor kitchens and Green Mountain pellet grills for the grill master. Outdoor furniture for the family and guests, fire pits, lounge chairs, dining tables, and Adirondack rockers, just to mention a few. White flag is on the racetrack, welcoming everybody watching at home or wherever you may be on the World Wide Web on Dirt Track Digest TV. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast wherever you may be. Field nicely grouped together. Their turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. 6 laps is the distance. And we are just about set and ready to go. Brady Howard leads the way in qualifying heat wins this year with 4. Haily Brownell and Brianna Murtaugh on the front row. Leclerc looks them over. Green lights are on and we're underway. And quickly towards the front of the field, Genevieve Bartlett, Brianna Murtaugh, and Bartlett's going to take the spot away going down the backstretch. Genevieve started 4th on the grid and has the lead already. Camdin Cook looking to the inside lane, trying to find the way by Murtaugh up off of turn 3 and 4 and back down to the line, but it's going to be Genevieve Bartlett in control. Camdin Cook holding on to the 2 spot as they work it down into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Murtaugh 3rd, followed by Brownell, Bowman, and Tim Halsey completing the rest of the field as they work it into turn number 3 and 4. Camdin Cook is closing the gap, but Bartlett's got the preferred groove and the preferred spot on the racetrack. She holds the lead as they go down into turn number 1 and 2, about a 2-car length advantage over the 14 of Camdin Cook down the back straightaway as they motor off of corner number 2. Brianna Murtaugh back there, position number 3. Haily Brownell there for 4th, followed by the 5 of Eymarah Bowman rounding out the top 5. Then it is Tim Halsey still back there in position number 6 as they work in lap number 3 in the 6-lap contest, the first of 2 on the day for the Doneth Motorworks Limited Sportsman. And it's been all Genevieve Bartlett. She started 4th on the grid, immediately got to the lead down the back straightaway. Now having to fend off Camdin Cook for the number 1 spot. Down across the line, 2 to go for Bartlett. She works it into turn number 1 and 2. You see Camdin Cook right there with her in spot number 2. About 3 car lengths back is the spread between the top 2 drivers. As they work down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4, they'll see the white flag this time by final trip around the Am Speedway for Genevieve Bartlett. Looking for her 3rd heat win on the season as they motor into turn number 1 and 2. Camdin Cook, he's got 2 heat wins this year, and he'd like to pick up a 3rd. As they work it down the back straightaway, checkered flag will be waving this time by. Bartlett sets it up on the bottom through turn number 3 and 4, and off the corner it will be Genevieve Bartlett picking up the win in heat race number 1. Cook comes home in 2nd, followed by the 33 of Murtaugh. Haily Brownell 4th. Eymarah Bowman will cross in 5th, and Tim Halsey will complete the field in 6th. So that does it. Heat race number 1 is in the record books. Heat race number 2 ready to roll trackside next. 6 laps will be the distance. Gage and Brady Howard on the front row. Joseph Fargo, Logan Brown. Mason Rogers, as they work off of turn number 3 and 4, we are underway. As they work through 1 and 2, Brady Howard on the top side, Gage Howard down low. Logan Brown right there with him, spot number 3. As the 401 of Fargo completes it in 4th, up off the turn, back across the line for Brady Howard, leading the way down the front stretch. Here's a challenge for 2nd, Logan Brown on that inside lane. Oh, and him and Howard come together hard over there in turn number 1. They're able to get away from one another, but they made pretty hard contact on the left front of the Howard 21 down the back straightaway. We'll keep our eye on that one as they work into turn number 3 and 4, but Brady Howard continues to show the way. 4 heat wins this season, looking to extend that one as they work down the front straightaway in lap number 2. Brady Howard in control, about 5 car lengths is the spread. You see it right there as they hustle down the back straightaway. 5 car length advantage for Howard into turn number 3 and 4 rather. Logan Brown sits back there in the 2 spot. Logan Brown, only 1 heat win so far this season. That came all the way back on May the 24th. He's had 6 feature wins here at Can-Am, 2 over at Brockville on Saturday nights, and only 4 tries, and he's had a whale of a year. But Brady Howard has come on strong here in the last couple of weeks. He's got a win at another track as well. He picked up a win at Mohawk a few weeks ago. 2 to go this time by for Howard, though, as they cross the line at lap 4 in this 6-lap heat event. Brady Howard, Logan Brown, Gage Howard, that's the top 3, with Joseph Fargo and Mason Rogers completing it. White flag will be displayed as they set it up off of turn number 3 and 4, back down to the line. Brady Howard in full control of this race. White flag in the air. Final time for Brady Howard through turns 1 and 2. Logan Brown giving chase from the 2 spot. Racetrack very fast right now, and everybody's got their foot buried right through to about the carburetor, trying to find some speed on these race cars. But right now Brady Howard has the speed. He's got the preferred groove. He's got the number 1 spot. He'll carry it all the way to the checkered flag. Brady Howard the winner in heat number 1. Logan Brown second. Gage Howard, Joseph Fargo, and Mason Rogers will complete it. Davie Franek Automotive Rapid Tire Atlantic Battery Ride. That is no panic. Davie Franek. Outside out of Port Jarvis, New York in the 10V. In Sterling Lubricants, Randy's Racing Filters, Paul Winnell Snap-on Tools, All-Star Performance, Parker Engines 10C, that is Billy VanInwegen. Row number 2 in car number 01, he's out of Fonda, New York, the St. Lawrence Radiology, BDR Speed, Charles Tibbetts, WPC, B&B Property, Cobble Skill Collision, DVR Portables, Shumway and Son number 01, that is Danny Varin, alongside in car number 17 in the De Beer Refinish 1821 Hemp Tech Base number 17 from Palermo, that is Sammy Reakes IV. In car number 87, he's out of Brewerton, New York, in the E&V Energy Pit Stop Convenience Stores. Patriot Tank Lines 87 Speed number 87, that is racing Jason Barney. And alongside of him, car number 53, he's out of South Onondaga, New York, in the Monroe Mechanical Services, Worst Automotive, Petrie Painting, Fellows Trucking, Lynn Gas and Equipment, RJ Lushinger Landscaping and Company Ride, that is Sean Doneth. Inside row number 4 in car number 11, he's out of Picton, Ontario, Canada, in the Jones Auto CarQuest Hodges Auto Parts number 11J. It's Chris Jones, and rounding it out from Brockville in car number 13, the LA Knapp Construction Toshak HVAC and Plumbing Soup Chef number 13E. That is Evan Reynolds. So drivers will line up behind the Empire Super Sprint pace truck as they head down the back straightaway. No panic. Davie Franek on the point. Billy VanInwegen alongside row number 1. Danny Varin, Sammy Reakes IV, row number 2. Jason Barney, Sean Donath, row number 3. Chris Jones and Evan Reynolds will complete it. 10 laps is the distance. First of 2 heats for the Empire Super Sprints here tonight. White flag will be displayed from Chief Starter Mike LeClaire. We will be green and at full song. All starts will be at that white chalk line right over there in turn number 4. Davie Franek, 3rd points coming into this evening's program here at Can-Am. Series heads to Brockville tomorrow night. So the Empire Super Sprint pace truck will head to the safe haven of the infield off the back straightaway. Davie Franek and Billy VanInwegen on the point as they work in turn number 3 and 4. LeClaire looks him over at the white chalk line off the corner. Green lights are on and away we go. And Franek to the point as they work it down the back straightaway. Top 3 breaking away from the field with Danny Varin and Billy VanInwegen giving chase. VanInwegen on the top side. He's looking for the 2 spot around Varin. Not going to happen. It will be Davie Franek out in front of the field as they click off lap number 1. Remember, 10 laps is the distance. All drivers will make tonight's 25-lap A main event. Right now, Danny Varin, 4-time winner this year, holding on to position number 2. Billy VanInwegen there for 3rd. Jason Barney up into position number 4. Good battle for the 5 spot between Sean Donath and the 17 of Sammy Reakes IV. And Reakes is going to get the position with Chris Jones and Evan Reynolds completing it. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Davie Franek putting a whooping on the field in the early going. 3 laps down, 7 more to go. Varin still there for 2nd as the field starts to spread out around the Am Speedway. VanInwegen back there 3rd. Jason Barney 4th. Best battle on the racetrack is between Donath and Reakes as they battle for 5th and 6th down the back straightaway. As they work it down across the line, 4 down, 6 to go for Davie Franek on his New Jersey driver. Working it down the back straightaway. Healthy advantage, nearly a straightaway over Danny Varin. As we look at the battle again for the number 4 spot, Reakes has the inside lane. He'll take over the spot from Barney down the back straightaway into turn number 3. And Reakes trying to go towards the front of the field, but he's got a long way to go to catch the top 3 with Franek, Varin, and VanInwegen in that top 3 order right now at the halfway point. 5 down, 5 to go. Coming around to complete lap number 6, and Franek is loving that outside lane right now as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. No panic, currently holding about a 2.5 second lead over Danny Varin as they work the back straightaway. The 3rd place running Billy VanInwegen back there. Another 3 seconds back in position number 2, or number 3 rather, as the 17 of Reakes holding on to 4th, and it's Barney, Donath, Jones, and Reynolds in that order. Down across the line, 2 to go this time. 5 for Davie Franek. Continues to go higher and higher each and every lap through turns 3 and 4. He loves the bottom, as you see there, going through turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. But right now, it's all Davie Franek as he brings it down off of turn number 4. White flag in the air for Davie Franek. Monash, New Jersey native, working it down the back straightaway. Healthy lead right now. It's well over 3 seconds over Danny Varin as they head down into turn number 3 and 4. And no panic at the front of the field. Davie Franek will come across the line and win heat race number 1 for the Empire Super Sprints. Danny Varin will cross in 2nd. Billy VanInwegen will come up to 3rd. Sammy Reakes IV will come home in 4th. Jason Barney, Sean Donath, Chris Jones, and Evan Reynolds. And that does it. Heat race number 1 is in the record books. And no problem there for Davie Franek. They call him No Panic for a reason. He grabs the win in heat race number 1. So heat race number 1 is in the record books. Heat race number 2, ready to roll trackside right now. Going to be led on the pole out of Oswego, New York, in the Orange Crate Brewing Company. Charlie Height Racing Engines, Wolf Tire, IPC, Alkegan, Malone's, Dominic's, Jacobson's Farms, Mike's Smokehouse, Mini Guineas, Case Closed Motorsports, Rotten Rick's Meat Rubs, number 36. That is Logan Crisafulli from Oswego. Alongside of him from Steventown, New York, and car number 90, the Reifenberg Contract Corporation, Westward Painting Company, number 90. That is Matt Tanner. Row number 2 and car number 28, he's out of St. Mathieu de Belay, Quebec, in the Coffrage Cat Saison, Industries FM, M35, Epic Racer, Pumpage Mega, Stellaire Ventilation, Benton Provision, Ramik, number 28, that is Jordan Poirier. Alongside of him in car number 10 out of Phoenix, New York, in the Knack and Cattle Company, Mohawk Northeast Pit Stop Convenience Stores, LJ Landscaping, Cook's Hardware, Lucy Blue Bar and Grill, number 10, that is Little Cobra, Kelly Hebing. Row number 3, inside, starting 5th in car number 13T out of Honeoye, New York, that's Trevor Years, in the Lakeshore Mall, Honeoye Auto Parts, Valvoline Instant Oil Change, VFW Memorial 47414 ride. Alongside of him in car number 84 is out of Picton, Ontario, Canada, in the Elbrook Excavating, Terry's Taxi, Tyler Rand Motorsports. Number 84, it's Tyler Rand. Final row in car number Z28, a regular here at Can-Am out of Palermo, New York, it's Tucker Donath. And alongside of him from Syracuse, in car number 63, the Monroe Mechanical Services, Worst Automotive, Petrie Painting, Fellows Trucking, Lynn Gas and Equipment, RJ Lushinger Landscaping Company, number 63, it's Colton Donath. Heat race number 2, the Empire Super Sprints, is on track.
Stop it!
White flag will be displayed this time by, as we'll be set to go green. Again, 10 laps is the distance, second of 2 heats. With the Empire Super Sprints are ready to go. White flag in the air, it's Logan Crisafulli, Matt Tanner on the front row, Jordan Poirier, Kelly Hebing in row number 2, Trevor Years, Tyler Rand in row number 3, and rounding it out, Tucker and Colton Donath. White flag is out, 10 laps is the distance. Start will be at the white chalk line over there in turn number 4. Ten laps is the issue. Logan Crisafulli. Set for green. Logan Crisafulli knows his way to victory lane here. Could he do it tonight? We'll find out in 10 laps. We're back to green. Out in front, it is going to be Matt Tanner as they work it down the back straightaway. Logan Crisafulli, Jordan Poirier, the top 3. Kelly Hebing has moved it up to spot number 4, battling with Trevor Years for the 5 spot here as they click off lap number 1. Tyler Rand making a move up into the top 5 early as they work it down into turn number 1 and 2, and Tyler Rand up to the top 5 early on. Working it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Matt Tanner setting a torrid pace and early going as Tanner leads the way. Logan Crisafulli second, followed by Jordan Poirier, Kelly Hebing, and the battle for fifth still going on. between Trevor Years and Tyler Rand as they work it through turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway, and give the spot back to Trevor Years as they work down the back stretch. In the meantime, though, Matt Tanner enjoying about a 6-car length advantage over Logan Crisafulli as we still watch that battle for the 5 spot. It has been a great one between Tyler Rand and the 13 of Years as they head up into turn number 1 and 2. It looks like Rand has the position for now as they work the back straightaway as they start to sprint out around the racetrack. Lap number 4 goes up on the leaderboard, 6-4 to go. Matt Tanner sitting back there in the number 1 spot. Again, holding another comfortable advantage, much like we saw in the first heat race. Just over a 1 second advantage, about 1.67 is the spread between himself and Logan Crisafulli this time. He's come back down to the line at the halfway point. 5 down, 5-4 to go. Crisafulli holding on to second. Points leader, 2-time series champion Jordan Poirier holding on to position number 3. Poirier, the most recent winner here back on June 28th of last year. Trying to get his way up into the top 2 at least before this one's over with as we work in lap number 6 of this 10-lap heat event, the second of 2 on the docket for the Empire Super Sprints. They'll be back later on for their 4-lap dash as they work into turn number 3 and 4. 3 laps left to go for Matt Tanner. Picked up a feature win last week at the Outlaw Speedway, 5th at Woodhall, as they ran a 2-day show last weekend, much the same here to this weekend between here and Brockville, as they work it down across the line. 2 laps left to go for Matt Tanner. Tanner working his way, running around the inside portion of the racetrack as they work down the backstretch. Colton Donath right in front of the race leader, should be no problem. He'll step it up on that outside lane, and Donath goes through the middle portion of the racetrack. That's going to halt the progress of Tanner just a little bit. White flag is in the air. Final trip around the Am Speedway for Matt Tanner. He'll set it up on the outside. He's got nothing but clear racetrack in front of him right now. Works it down the backstretch into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air, and the win will go to Matt Tanner. A dominant performance. He takes the victory. Second will be Logan Crisafulli. Third spot will be Jordan Poirier. Fourth will be Kelly Hebing. And your top 5 will be Tyler Rand, Trevor Years, Tucker Donath, and Colton Donath will complete the rest of your field. And ladies and gentlemen, that will wrap it up. 2 heats for the Empire Super Sprints are complete. Matt Tanner and Davie Franek, the winners in heat races for the Empire Super Sprints. If you're still interested, the Empire Super Sprint souvenir trailer is behind the main grandstands as well. If you're looking to get some Empire Super Sprint swag, they definitely have all you can handle down there, so stop down there and see the good folks of the Empire Super Sprints, and they'll get you some cool looking shirts, sweatshirts, whatever you want from the Empire Super Sprints. Heat race number 1 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 modifieds are on track, and Andy Howard will go from the pole in the 2174 Lucas Fuller. Row number 2, 27 to Nick Webb with the 3 of Franklin Mackin. Row number 3, Ryan Bartlett the 39. 21, that's RJ Tressetter. Row 4, Tyler Meeks in the 9. 45R, Preston Forbes. Last week's winner, Billy Dunn, the 49, starts 9th, and Brandon Carvey. Glad to see him with us, his first trip of the season in car number 19C from Oswego. 8 laps is the distance. First of 2 heats for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 modifieds. Leclerc looks him over. Green lights are on him. We're underway. And Howard jumps on the front row, drives away as Lucas Fuller, Nick Webb there for the top 3 as they work it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Meeks making up some serious ground early on. He started all the way back in position number 7 and has made his way up close to the top 5 right now as they click off lap number 1. 1 lap is down. Andy Howard in complete control of this one down the back straightaway. Good battle going on for position number 2. Nick Webb has the spot now from Lucas Fuller. 3 of Franklin Mackin back there in 4th. Good battle for the 5 spot between Bartlett and Meeks as they work it down the front straightaway and lap number 2. This 8-lap heat event, the first of 2 on the docket for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 modified. You see a couple of cars stepping up on the top side. Tyler Meeks and Billy Dunn trying to find their way towards the front, but they've had no such luck. The bottom is definitely the place to be, at least for the 358s, as they work it down across the line for lap number 3. 3 down, 5 more to go. Ryan Bartlett making a move on Franklin Mackin for the 4 spot. Now he's trying to do the same to Lucas Fuller down the back straightaway as he looks to pull even terms down into corner number 3 and 4. And Ryan Bartlett moves it up to position number 3 as they click off lap number 4. Halfway home, 4 down, 4 to go. Andy Howard continuing to show the way as they work down off of corner number 2 and down the back straightaway. Howard in control as they work it into turn number 3 and 4, trying to get back to victory lane in a 358 modified in a feature event. It has been a long time for Howard as they work it down across the line for lap number 5. 5 down, 3 more remain here in this opening heat for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 modifieds, and Nick Webb giving chase as they work into turn number 3 and 4. He's cut the lead down to about 2 car lengths as they work it up off the corner. 2 to go for Andy Howard. Nick Webb still there in second. Ryan Bartlett, Lucas Fuller, RJ Tresetter. Up into the top 5, Franklin Mackin, Preston Forbes, Billy Dunn, Brandon Carvey, and Tyler Meeks complete the field. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is down to Andy Howard and Nick Webb for the win as they work it across the line. White flag is in the air. Final trip around the Can-Am Speedway for Andy Howard. He'll set it up on the inside portion of the racetrack into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Webb giving chase from position number 2. He's trying to catch him going down the back straightaway, but he's going to run out of time, it looks like. Checkered flag in the air. 3rd heat win of the season for Andy Howard. Takes the victory. Nick Webb will cross in second. Ryan Bartlett, Lucas Fuller. Preston Forbes comes up for a top 5 finish. RJ Tresetter, Billy Dunn, Franklin Mackin, Brandon Carvey, and Tyler Meeks. And that does it. Heat race number 1 for the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds is complete. Heat race number 2 ready to go next. That was Andy Howard's first heat win this season since May the 17th of this year. Puts him in about a 5-way tie for the most heat race wins this season with Dan Bichard, Nick Webb, RJ Tresetter, and Tyler Meeks. Heat race number 2 on track. 63 of Adam Roberts goes from the pole with a 621 of Brian Hudson alongside. Row number 2, 66W, Derek Webb, along with the 7S of Sean Shaw. Row number 3, Dan Bichard in the 36B. With Sean Shaw alongside. Tim Fuller inside of row number 4, the 1931 of Lance Willix. Final row it's scheduled to go is Remington Ham in the 57 and the 23J of Jeff Sykes. Scott Webb and Jeff Sykes not answering the call. So we'll go with what we got on track right now. I mentioned Andy Howard, Dan Bichard, Nick Webb, RJ Tresetter, Tyler Meeks have the most heat wins this year with 3. Laps is the distance. Up next will be the first of 3 heats in the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. And we're set to go. Can-Am Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group will depart the speedway off of turn number 3 and 4. Set for green off the corner. Green lights are on and away we go. Adam Roberts to the point as they work it down the back straightaway off of corner number 2. The 621 of Brian Hudson on that outside lane looking for room to go. Hudson trying for the lead into turn number 3 and 4 as they cross the line for lap number 1. Then heated the line. Looks like it's going to be Hudson by about a half a car length into turn number 1 and 2. Roberts battling back to that inside lane trying to find the way by as Derek Webb launches from the 3 spot. Sean Shaw, Lance Willix, Tim Fuller right there nestled together down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4 and back down to the line. It is Roberts in command of it. Brian Hudson pulling on to position number 2. Derek Webb right there to the inside lane is behind them. Look at the run that Brian Hudson got from the outside to the inside lane. Brian Hudson to the lead. Roberts trying to fight back on the inside lane as they work into turn number 3 and 4. Derek Webb right there to the mix as well. Him and Roberts make slight contact up off the turn and down across the line. Lap number 3 goes up on the leaderboard. 5 laps left to go. Brian Hudson now to the point. Adam Roberts, Derek Webb, battle for 5th right now. Sean Shaw, Lance Willix. Tim Fuller is moving all over the racetrack trying to find the way by these drivers in front of him. But he's got no room to go with Willix and Shaw running side by side in front of him as they click off lap number 4. We're halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Second and final heat, the Whitesboro Plow Shop DIRTcar 358 Modifieds. And Brian Hudson, he is checked out. He's into the next county right now. He is way out there as Adam Roberts, Derek Webb holding on to 2nd and 3rd. Sean Shaw to 4th. Tim Fuller moved to the inside lane on Lance Willix to move up into the top 5. As they work in turn number 1 and 2. Hudson's well out in front of this one. The battle is on from 2nd on back. Derek Webb has it now from Adam Roberts. Sean Shaw looking at the back of Roberts now, trying to figure out the way by from position number 4. Shaw's going to go down to that low lane, and he'll try to find the way by Roberts up off the corner. They'll drag race down into turn number 1 and 2, and Sean Shaw, your new 3rd place car. Tim Fuller, and Lance Willix got some airtime back there. Saw the belly pan coming off of corner number 2, able to hold on to position number 6. In the meantime, white flag in the air for Brian Hudson. He is driving away. Derek Webb, Sean Shaw, Adam Roberts, Tim Fuller. That's your top 5 as they work in turn number 1 and 2 for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Checkered flag is waving, and the win will go to Brian Hudson. He takes the victory. 2nd spot will go to Derek Webb. Sean Shaw will cross in spot number 3. Tim Fuller 4th, and Adam Roberts will round out the top 5. Lance Willix and Dan Bichard, and that 358 Modifieds is in the record books. As heat race number 1 of 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman will roll trackside. We'll give it the starting lineup in just a moment. Jonathan Murphy out of Carthage goes from the pole to 62 with Stevie Roberts in the 5R out of Harrisville. Row number 2, Owen Nyer in the 17 from Carthage, and Kingston's Greg Brinklow in the 707. Row number 3, Josh Riom out of Clayton, New York in the 91, alongside of Brendan Moore out of Elgin in the 35. Row 4, Gavin Isley from Lafargeville in the 18, along with the 64, Tyler Corcoran, and Patrick Nolan from Parrish, New York, making his sportsman debut with us here at Can-Am in car number 557. So, white flag will be displayed. It'll be Jonathan Murphy, Stevie Roberts on the front row. Owen Nyer, Greg Brinklow, row number 2. Josh Riom, Brendan Moore, row number 3. Gavin Isley, Tyler Corcoran, row number 4. And completing it will be Patrick Nolan in the 557. Green lights will be on next time by. 8 laps is the distance. First of 3 heats. The Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. Wide nearly into turn number 1 and 2 as they head down the backstretch. It's Jonathan Murphy out in front of the field. Stevie Roberts there for second. Watch for Greg Brinklow. Pretty quick out there so far in the 707. Josh Riom, Brendan Moore, your top 5 as they work it up off the turn. First trip around, it will be Jonathan Murphy in control. Roberts there for position number 2, getting some pressure from Brinklow into corner number 1 and 2 as Reaume and Moore go at it for spot number 4 and 5 down the back straightaway. Moore to the inside lane. Reaume on that outside lane through turn number 3 and 4. Tyler Corcoran back there in position number 6 along with Owen Nyer, Gavin Isley, and Patrick Nolan as they work it down the front straightaway for lap number 2. 8 laps is the distance. Right now, Jonathan Murphy holding a comfortable lead, about 3 car lengths over Roberts as Brinklow is able to get away from the 91 of Reaume. Problems on the back straightaway for Owen Nyer in the 17. Saw a little puff of smoke out of the back of the 17. He's trying to limp it back to pit road, but I don't think he's going to make it. The yellow lights are on with 3 laps complete. So flat rear tire on the 17 of Owen Nyer. That was the problem for him down the back stretch. Set to go green. 3 laps are complete. 5 more to go in this opening heat for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. The Sundance Leisure Thunder Cars will be up next. Glad to have Sundance Leisure on hand with us tonight. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of people in the grandstand own a pool from Sundance Leisure and will probably be jumping in it after the races tonight. You can bet on that. Maybe this weekend, who knows? Ready for green. Off turn number 4, 3 down, 5 to go. We're back underway. As they work it into turn number 1 and 2, Jonathan Murphy again to the point as they work the back straightaway. Watch for Isley. He's going through the middle. Lees gave it a thought, backed out of it wisely down the back straightaway. Allowed Brinklow and Corcoran to get away just a little bit. Settles into the 6th spot. Brinklow made a little bit of contact there with the 64 of Corcoran down off of turn number 4 as they drag race down into turn number 1 and 2. 4 down, 4 more to go. Murphy in control, followed by Roberts, Reaume, and the 64 of Tyler Corcoran down the back stretch. Gavin Isley sits back there in the 5 spot. 6th is Brennan Moore. 7th is Greg Brinklow. Rounding it out is still Patrick Nolan, and Josh Reaume up into the air. A little bit air time for him, and he may have a problem with the 91 as he is moving around on the front straightaway. Is able to hold it steady though into turn number 1 and 2. In the meantime, though, Jonathan Murphy is out in front trying to drive away from the rest of the field here. Murphy looking for his first heat win on the year. Roberts holding a solid 2nd right now, but from 3rd on back between Reaume, Corcoran, Isley, and Moore, they have been all over one another, and Greg Brinklow has been involved in that mix as well. Patrick Nolan continued to run around the back of the field, the 5.57 ride. In the meantime, everybody stretching it out, single file into turn number 3 and 4 with Jonathan Murphy in command of the field. White flag in the air, and Josh Reaume a little out of shape again. That's going to open the door for Tyler Corcoran to get by Brennan Moore. Boy, he squeezed into that outside lane as Reaume again catches a tire. Isley does the same thing. Brennan Moore squeezes by both of them down the back straightaway. But up in front, though, Jonathan Murphy's not worried about what's going on behind him. He's just worried about getting the checkered flag, and Jonathan Murphy's going to do it. First heat win of the season. 2nd will go to Roberts, Tyler Corcoran, Brennan Moore, and Josh Reaume, the top 5. Wild race out there in this first heat for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman. Gavin Isley, Greg Brinklow, and Patrick Nolan will complete it. Heat race number 2 will be ready to go next. Heat race number 2 ready to go next. It will be scheduled to go. Alan McDonald, the 33 on the point with Trevor Gibbons, the 621 alongside. Row number 2 is going to find the 32 of Ryan Shanahan, the 28 of Tyler Stevenson. Row 3, Keegan Nyer, birthday boy, car number 34K, along with Dustin Hutton, the Sundance Leisure, number 7. Final row, Jessica Power in the 52, 5th place finish last week. And on the outside lane, in car number 410, the current High Point man, out of Fulton, New York, 2-time winner this year, that is Mike Fowler, Fear the Beard, will roll position number 8. Heat race number 2 of 3 in the Bob Johnson Auto Group Dirt Car Sportsman on Track. Heat number 3, staging off of turn number 4. Set for green. 8 laps is the distance. Alan McDonald, Trevor Gibbons on the front row. Leclerc looks them over. Green lights are on and we're underway. Trevor Gibbons to the point as they stack him up into turn number 1 and 2. Mike Fowler barely gets by as McDonald problems with the 33. Keeps it going down the back straightaway. We will continue on. No caution. And right now it is Trevor Gibbons to the point as Dustin Hutton works that inside lane, trying to find the way by the Fox 28 of Tyler Stevenson down into turn number 1 and 2. And Hutton will get the spot. Stevenson back to 3rd. Jessica Power gets by Mike Fowler. She'll pick up the 4th spot as they all chase Trevor Gibbons down the back straightaway. And here comes Tyler Stevenson, feature winner with us back on June the 14th. Pokes the nose down on the inside lane, trying to find the way by Dustin Hutton for 2nd as Gibbons continues to show the way on lap number 2. Trevor Gibbons, the race leader, battle for 2nd. It's a good one right now between Stevenson and Hutton as they battle side by side. In the process, they are catching Trevor Gibbons down the back straightaway as they work it into turn number 3 and 4. A good 3-car battle for the lead as they click off lap number 3, this time by 5 to go for Trevor Gibbons. Battle is on now for 2nd as we see Tyler Stevenson down low. We got caution on the racetrack. Alan McDonald can't get the car up to speed off of turn 2. We will go caution at lap number 3. Set to go. Trevor Gibbons on the point, but Dustin Hutton will be alongside of him here in row number 1. Tyler Stevenson, Jessica Power, Mike Fowler, Keegan Dyer, and Ryan Shanahan will complete it off of turn number 4. Green lights back on and we're underway. Gibbons a great restart once again, and Dustin Hutton a little quicker on the top side, and Dustin Hutton will clear Trevor Gibbons down the back straightaway. Now Tyler Stevenson tries his hand on the bottom. Jessica Power looking to the outside lane. They were nearly 3 wide for a moment. Jessica Power making a big move. She picks up 2 spots, goes from 4th to 2nd around Tyler Stevenson and Trevor Gibbons. Lap number 4 on the leaderboard, and right now Jessica Power is flying around this racetrack. She's up alongside of Tyler Stevenson down the back straightaway and looking for the lead. Will they go 3 wide with Hutton in the middle? Power is going to stick with that high lane. Stevenson down low, Dustin Hutton through the middle. 3 wide for the lead down across the line. Hutton with the advantage by a half car length into turn number 1 and 2. Jessica Power making some moves on the top side. Jessica Power to the lead as they work the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. The Kingston native looking for another heat win as Dustin Hutton bounces through the bottom. Tyler Stevenson relegated to 3rd. 2 to go for Jessica Power. Believe it or not, Jessica Power does not have a heat win this year as they work down the back straightaway, as they work it down off of turn number 2. Tyler Stevenson looking to that inside lane, trying to get by Dustin Hutton for 2nd. Hutton moves way up the racetrack. He might lose 3rd to Mike Fowler, and he does. White flag in the air, final time for Jessica Power into turn number 1 and 2. Green Shield Pest Control, car number 52, Speedy Automotive Ride, working it down the back straightaway. Checkered flag is in the air. Checkered flag will be waving. And Jessica Power from Kingston will work it off of turn number 3 and 4. First heat win of the season for Jessica Power. She claims the victory. Tyler Stevenson, Mike Fowler, the top 3. Dustin Hutton, Keegan Dyer, Ryan Shanahan, and Trevor Gibbons. Books, and Jessica Power gets her first heat win of the season here at Can-Am. Hard to believe she had not won a heat race all year long, but she finally got that taken care of with that big move on the top side, and she'll grab the win in heat race number 2. Heat number 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman will go trackside, and it's going to look like this. Will be Justin Gadbaugh from Natural Bridge, the 18G, along with the 92 of Frank Sibley from Calcium. Row number 2, Paul DeRutter in the 1D from Inlet, along with the 35D of Dylan Moore from Elgin. Row number 3, Taylor Dockstader from Philadelphia in the 2, the 0 of Xavier Andrews from Kingston. Final row, it's Eric Nyer out of Carthage in the 34, and Richard Murtaugh from Fulton in car number 33M. Green will be out off of turn number 4 next time by. Glad you could join us here at the Can-Am Speedway, and for those of you who are watching on Dirt Track Digest TV, glad you can enjoy the broadcast wherever you may be. Hopefully you're enjoying the program here tonight. The good folks at Sundance Leisure on hand with us this evening. Can-Am Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group will depart the speedway off of turn number 3 and 4. Mike LeClaire will look the field over off of turn number 4. It'll be Justin Gadbaugh and Frank Sibley on the front row. Green lights are on, and we're back underway. First time through turns 1 and 2, and Paul DeRutter collects that infield tire, gets up into Dylan Moore off the corner, and they both lose a bunch of spots out there as Dockstader goes by, along with Murtaugh and Eric Nyer as they work it into turn number 3 and 4, and across the line, Frank Sibley to the lead as they cross the stripe for lap number 1. Justin Gadbaugh on that inside lane trying to hold on to second. Xavier Andrews there for third as they work the backstretch. Eric Nyer there for fourth. Taylor Dockstader fifth. Paul DeRutter, Richard Murtaugh, and Dylan Moore completed as they cross the line for lap number 2. This trip around, Frank Sibley in control. Heat number 3 of 3 for the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman on track right now. Frank Sibley trying to run away and hide, looking for his first heat win of the season as well. As they work through turn number 3 and 4, the Calcium native holds the top spot. Xavier Andrews has a feature win to his credit this season back on May the 17th. But it's been a long time since he's been in the winner's circle here at Can-Am this year, and he'd like to change that here, starting it off with a heat win as they work down the backstretch. Pokes the nose down to that inside lane on the Sibley number 92 as they work it through turn number 3 and 4, back down to the stripe. Drag race to the line this time by halfway home. 4 down, 4 to go. Sibley on the top side, Andrews down low. Give the spot to Xavier Andrews as they work in lap number 4 in this 8-lap heat event. Meantime, Eric Nyer, second in points coming into tonight, holding on to the 3 spot in this heat event. Justin Gadbaugh fourth, Taylor Dockstader fifth, trying to fend off Richard Murtaugh with Paul DeRutter and Dylan Moore completing it. Back down across the line, Xavier Andrews, the Kingston native, finally got to victory lane for the very first time in his career here at Can-Am. A lot of his winning at the Brockville Speedway. Right now, solid force here at Can-Am in 2024 as he brings it back down across the line. 2 to go this time by for Andrews. Frank Sibley now in a battle with Eric Nyer for position. Nyer trying to hold on and get the number 2 spot away from Sibley as they work down the back stretch off of turn number 2. Sibley in control of second. Nyer is third, followed by Justin Gadbaugh. Taylor Dockstader, your top 5. White flag in the air for Xavier Andrews. May 17th was the last time Xavier Andrews was in victory lane in a qualifying heat race at Can-Am as we watched the battle for second between Eric Nyer and Frank Sibley. They're still wheel-to-wheel down the backstretch, checkered flag in the air, and no contest. Xavier Andrews grabs the win quite handily. Heat race number 3 goes to Andrews. Second will be Eric Nyer at the line. Frank Sibley comes home third. Justin Gadbaugh fourth. Taylor Dockstader fifth. Richard Murtaugh, Paul DeRutter, and Dylan Moore. So all 3 heat winners tonight, either victory lane in a heat race of the Bob Johnson Auto Group DIRTcar Sportsman, takes the victory in heat race number 3. Sundance Leisure DIRTcar is ready to go next. First of 2 heat races on the day for them. Race number 1 of 2 in the Sundance Leisure DIRTcar is going to find the 60 of Francis White scheduled to go from the pole, and he is there. Out of Ogdensburg, alongside will be Jared Gilson from Carthage in the 22J. Damian Beckler, the point leader from Sackett's Harbor, in the number 5M tonight. Alongside of him will be Anthony St. Mary Jr. in the 111J. Michael Greenfield from Evans Mills in the 16, along with the 93 of Ryan Plant from Ransomville. And Timothy Greenfield from Dexter in the 17 will complete it. First of two heats in the Sundance Leisure Thunder cars, on track and ready to go. 6 laps will be the issue. As they say, off of turn number 3 and 4, green lights are on and away we go. And they're clean through turns 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. It is Francis White in command as they work down off of turn number 2. White in control. Jared Gilson right there, position number 2. Anthony St. Mary Jr. gets on that outside lane, goes by point leader Damian Beckler for the 3 spots. They cross the line at lap number 1. Beckler back there, position number 4. Good run early on here for Ryan Plant, that 93. Ryan, a regular at the Ransomville Speedway on Friday nights. Ransomville off this weekend, so Ryan decided to make the trip here to Can-Am. Glad to have him with us. Strong runner, running in position number 5 at the moment. As they work in turn number 3 and 4, Michael Greenfield is 6th, followed by Timothy Greenfield in 7th. Completing her field is Terry Gardner in the 41 in 8th. But right now, Francis White all in front, all by himself as they work down the backstretch. The Ogdensburg, New York native, defending track champion, trying to get back to victory lane and trying to get things going his way. Up until about a few weeks ago on June the 14th, he had all top 5 finishes and appeared to be running away with the track championship. But after the last couple of weeks, for the 15th place effort last weekend, relegated himself to 22 points behind Damian Beckler in the chase for the championship. And Damian in a borrowed ride tonight in the 5 ride, holding on to position number 4, chasing Anthony St. Mary Jr. for 3rd as they work it off of turn number 3 and 4 and back down to the line with White in control with 2 laps left to go. Jared Gilson there in 2nd. Anthony St. Mary Jr. completes the top 3. Then it's Beckler there in 4th. Ryan Plant completes the top 5. Michael Greenfield, Timothy Greenfield, Terry Gardner. That is your running order as they work it down through turn number 3 and 4. White flag in the air for Francis White. Trying to get back into victory lane in some way, shape, or form. As we mentioned, it has been a long time for Francis White. June 14th was the last time he won a heat race. It was his 3rd one of the season, and right now, if he wins this heat race, he will go on top of the leaderboard in that department, and it looks like that's going to happen. Little puff of smoke out the back of that car, but it won't matter. Francis White back to victory lane. 2nd will be Jared Gilson. Anthony St. Mary Jr. will cross in 3rd. Damian Beckler 4th, followed by Michael Greenfield, Ryan Plant, Timothy Greenfield, and Terry Gardner. So that will do it. Heat race number 1 of 2 for the Sundance Leisure Thunder cars is now complete. Heat race number 2 will be ready to go trackside next. Final heat race of the day set to go to the Speedway here right now. And then we'll head into the Empire Super Sprint Dash. That'll be 4 laps in distance tonight. Heat race number 2 slated to go, and O.J. White will go from the pole in the 94 with last week's winner Tony Frezzo in the 22F, alongside row number 2 Caden Piquette in the 72K with Lyle Robinson in the 61. Row number 3 Corey Valade out of Rome, New York in the 21V with Chris Leone from Niagara Falls in the 62. Final row it's Daniel Valade out of Boonville in the 22 machine. So O.J. White will lead him to green. Tony Frezzo, row number 1. Caden Piquette, Lyle Robinson, row number 2. Corey Valade, Chris Leone, in row number 3. And Daniel Valade will complete it. 7 cars set to go. 6 laps is the distance. out of turn number 4. Green lights are on and we're underway. Hills over there in turn number 1 and 2 in the infield, and moving very slowly. He's going to try to make it back out on the racetrack, possibly to try to make it to pit road to maybe check that car out because he went through a rough ride over there. In the meantime, Tony Frezzo was taking over the top spot from O.J. White into turn number 1 and 2 as they watch the battle for third. Chris Leone in the 62 right there with him to challenge, and Paquette trying to make it to pit road if he can. He's got the car up to the outside lane, and it looks like that is going to happen. So Katie Paquette to pit road, but Tony Frezzo's got the lead. He's trying to run away in high with this one as they work down across the line for lap number 2. O.J. White, Chris Leone in a battle for position number 2 and 3. Corey Valade down on the bottom lane as the 61 Lyle Robinson and Daniel Valade complete the rest of the field. Down the back straightaway, Leone's got a quick race car in that 62 on the outside portion of the racetrack. The Niagara Falls native holding on to spot number 3, looking for second around O.J. White as they cross the line for lap number 3. 3 down, 3 to go for Tony Frezzo. Up until last week, Tony Frezzo had not been to victory lane at Can-Am since he won the track championship here in 2021. It was a long dry spell for the man who is actually the point leader at the Mohawk International Raceway in this class, with a couple of wins there this year as well. Finally back at victory lane at Can-Am. He's got 2 laps left to go as we watch the battle for second. Leone now has it. He'll look to go after Frezzo for the race lead, but right now Lyle Robinson showing some speed late in the going. 94 of O.J. White slipping back in the running order as the laps wind down here. White flag will be displayed this time by Tony Frezzo in command. Chris Leone right there in second, trying to run down the race lead, but he's running out of time. White flag in the air for Tony Frezzo. Lyle Robinson got way wide up off the turn. Still holds on to position number 3 though as they head down off of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. O.J. White, Corey Valade, the top 5. Checkered flag is in the air, and off the turn, Tony Frezzo looks like he's got things going his way. Finally shakes the checkered flag in heat race number 2 for the Sundance Leisure Thunder Cars. Chris Leone across in second. Lyle Robinson, O.J. White, and Corey Valade will come.